I'm going to make sure that you don't fall for the same traps that I did, and I want to teach you how to open up a business bank account the right way. Now wait, before you open that business bank account, let me show you the 5 biggest mistakes that are costing entrepreneurs thousands in missed deductions, frozen funds, and even IRS audits. Most people get this wrong. Even gurus on YouTube gloss over this, but not today. This video will save your business. So let's get into it. Look, opening a business bank account isn't just a box to check. I made a lot of mistakes along the way, so this is why I feel it's very important that I teach you how to not fall for any of these crazy traps that I fell for, to be honest with you. Because your business bank account is the financial spine of your business. If you mess this up, it's like building $1 million house on sand. You won't be able to get business credit. You'll miss out on major tax deductions, which is one of the biggest parts of being a business owner, I'll be honest with you. And you'll be flagged by the IRS if your personal and business finances get tangled. This video is your blueprint. I'll walk you through what to do, what to avoid, and how to set this up for long-term success, because that's what we want, because long-term success equals massive business funding. So I'm gonna break this video down into 5 very important steps that you do not want to miss. We'll start at step number 1 and work our way to step number 5. Now, they're not in any chronological order because one is more important than the other, okay? So let's just jump into it. Step number 1, choose the right bank, or honestly, you'll regret it. It's very important to understand that not all banks are created equal. In 2025, you've got 3 main options. Option number 1 is traditional banks. Big names like Chase or Bank of America, solid reputation, but slow processes and tons of fees. They want to squeeze you for everything they can possibly get. Now, credit unions is one of my favorites, but it's great for relationship banking, but limited digital tools and limited funding, to be honest with you. They don't have a lot of options, but some massive credit unions do, but a lot of them honestly don't. Listen, just between me and you, a lot of people like to tout that like Navy Federal is the best for business credit and business funding. It's really not. I don't understand what the hype about it is because they don't have very much to offer. Now, this is my new favorite sector that I've really pushed into on the business side, which is online banks like Bluevine or NAV. Fast approval, no monthly fees, and instant virtual cards. So you can get started in like literally minutes. In all honesty, Bluevine is one of my #1 favorites because it's not just a debit card. It allows you to get cashback rewards for transactions for your business, which is huge. And on top of that, they have a plethora of other products for your business. Business credit cards, business lines of credit, business funding. There's so many things under the Bluevine umbrella that honestly I missed out on because I jumped on the bandwagon of Bank of America, because honestly, Bank of America was the only one that would allow me to open up a business bank account because I was a credit repair company way back in the day. And another great little tidbit that a lot of people don't know, Bluevine actually was able to give me PPP funding. So I was able to get a free loan for my business during the whole pandemic scene, which is pretty crazy. And I didn't have to pay back any of it. And they made the process super simple. They got me approved and then they got my loan actually forgiven. Now let's flash back to Bank of America. Bank of America got me declined and then didn't help me figure out why I got declined. And then NAV, I used NAV to build my business credit. That was my backbone for my business credit at the time. Now NAV is way more super advanced than it ever has been. NAV also helped me secure close to $500,000 in funding, business funding for my business from 2022 to 2023. Literally $500,000 in business funding, all because I had my entire system built around NAV's credit building program. So this is my pro tip. If you want fast approvals, easy integrations, and no surprises, online business banks like Bluevine and NAV are dominating the game this year. Now here's the biggest mistake to avoid: picking your personal bank just because it's familiar. That's a lazy move. Look at the features, not the local. And again, I made the same mistake. I went with Bank of America. It's my oldest bank account. We'll talk about that a little bit later in the video, but it is truly one of my oldest bank accounts that I seriously regret. Now, step number 2, don't open an account without these documents. Before you even apply, here's the must-have document list that you need to have ready before you even walk into a bank or do it online. Number one thing is your EIN from the IRS, not your social security number. That's not an EIN. Stop believing these idiots that say you can use your social security number as the EIN. No, that is definitely fraud, and it will get you hemmed up with the IRS once they figure it out. Now, you can hire someone like Rocket Lawyer to get your EIN. There's a fee for it, of course, or you could do it online all on your own. But once you get that letter confirmation, save it, take a picture of it, and save it in a file, because a lot of these banks or a lot of institutions for lending will ask you for that EIN letter. Next up, you want to have your articles of organization or incorporation. Now, after that, your operating agreement, even if it's a single member LLC. Again, I use Rocket Lawyer, me personally, because it simplified the entire process. Now, that's not a promo plug for them, but I'm just saying that's the path that I chose. Now, also your business license, if it's required in your state. Not every state requires a business license. Now, of course, valid ID, and then your proof of address also, which can be some type of utility bill in the business's name, which I highly recommend, of course, that you have that already. Something to do very simple could be your internet service, phone service, or cell phone service in the business name that shows that proof of address. Because if you're missing even just one of these, you could be rejected or delayed for weeks. Now, a pro tip, some banks now require beneficial owner disclosures due to new federal rules in 2025. So have that info ready also. Now, moving on to step number 3, make sure your business name matches everything. I know it sounds simple, but this one right here, this messes up more new business owners than you think. Your business name needs to match the next following 4 items: your LLC docs or whatever type of incorporation you have, your EIN paperwork, your website domain, and your business license if it's required per your state. Because if your EIN says, like as an example, Mike's Auto Repair LLC, but your bank app says Mike Auto, they'll flag that. It's very, very important to understand that. One of the biggest mistakes to avoid is using a DBA, doing business as, without listing it properly. That's a fast track to compliance issues and banking headaches. Everything must match. This is the number one reason why people get declined for business accounts, because the address doesn't match, the name doesn't match, none of it matches. So everything must all match completely and wholeheartedly. I cannot stress it enough to you. I see this mistake happen all the time. It's crazy. People are like, Mike, I got declined. Why did I get declined? I don't know, ask the bank. And then they tell, oh, they said something's wrong with my address, because you moved the address, you changed the address, and you didn't change it everywhere. I want to give a special shout out to all my beasters out there that are working hard to fix their credit using DisputeBeast, the most advanced AI credit repair software ever created that comes with a 110% money back guarantee. But specifically to Brandon, Brandon's credit score went up 185 points after just 1 round with DisputeBeast. And Ashley's credit score went up 218 points after just 2 rounds with DisputeBeast. But let's not forget about Julio. Julio's credit score went up 266 points after just 1 round with DisputeBeast. DisputeBeast link is going to be pinned at the very top of the comments and in the video description for anyone that needs to fix their credit. Now, step number 4 when you're choosing a bank is avoid these sneaky fees in 2025. Because banks are slick. They'll advertise no fees and then hit you with the following ones, which is the next 4 of my favorite. Minimum balance fees, incoming wire fees, paper statement fees. Yes, if you want a paper statement, they want to charge you for it. And ATM fees outside of their network. And that's why I always recommend online banks that are built for small businesses. And as I talked about earlier, Bluevine, for example, has no monthly maintenance fees and gives you 2% APY on balances up to $250,000. That's literally free money for your business. Last part's the most important. Now, moving on to step number 5, set up your business credit from day 1. Opening the account is just the start. If you want business credit, funding, and lines of credit, do this from day 1. I cannot stress this enough to you. Make sure to get your Dun and Bradstreet number for free on day 1 from the beginning, and make sure that all of the information there matches all of your other information as we stated earlier. This is very crucial. A lot of people say, oh, Dun and Bradstreet doesn't matter. Yes, it does. It is the #1 database for business lending, just for them to verify your information matches and is correct. And the biggest one that nobody talks about is making sure to register your business properly with Experian Business and Equifax Business also. Make sure all of the information is accurate and complete. Now, if you want to get your business credit scores from Experian and Equifax, they're going to charge you, and so will Dun Bradstreet. Dun Bradstreet will give you like a basic free score that they give you inside of your profile, but moving past all of that, it's going to cost you money. So just be aware of that. You also want to make sure that you use your business account for every business transaction. Also set up autopay for subscriptions and vendors. And then the other biggest one is maintain cash flow in and out every single month. And the final one, the most important one of all, never commingle personal funds. I want you to understand that most lenders look at your bank activity before they even look at your credit scores. So if your account is dead or messy, you'll get denied, period. So make sure that you're not commingling and you're using your business account properly for everything, all of your business needs at the end of the day. Also make sure that your NAICS code is properly. That's your NAICS code. It's designed for your specific industry. Choose the right industry that is not a high risk industry, because some banks may possibly decline that, which we see all the time. That's the reason why I started with Bank of America, because all these other banks did not want to do any business with a credit repair company, because I was a credit repair company way back in the day. So I had no choice but to go with Bank of America. But now we have companies like Bluevine and Nav that don't have crazy restrictions like that. So let's recap the 2025 bank account blueprint. Here is your 5-step checklist. Write this down, screenshot it, whatever you got to do. #1, pick the right type of bank, traditional versus online. I'm always going to be a proponent for all the online ones. #2, gather all required documents. I keep everything in a massive folder that's specifically for my bank with all of my documents. #3, match your business name across the board with everything. And also make sure that your NAICS code matches everywhere with every credit reporting agency and with Dun Bradstreet and the banks everywhere. And #4, my favorite of all, avoid hidden fees like a pro. I was very fortunate that my business was very profitable in the very beginning when I got started, but I remember I paid a lot in bank fees. Now I don't pay anything because I only bank with Bluevine, but in the past I was just like, yo, how is this even legal? Because the business side of everything business credit or the business sector is not regulated by anything. I know, that's kind of crazy, right? And #5, set up your accounts for fundability. Making sure to do all of this is going to ensure that your business is set up to get funded immediately. This isn't just about banking. This is about unlocking access to credit, funding, tax strategy, and peace of mind. I cannot stress enough, as a business owner, having peace of mind is super valuable. Now, if you found this video helpful, make sure to hit that like button, but also comment, keep going, if you want me to keep bringing you videos on credit, business funding, and how to build a bulletproof financial life. And if you're ready to open up a business bank account today, check out the links in the video description for Bluevine and for Nav. I use them myself and they're crushing it for small business owners in 2025. That's why I highly recommend them. I've been rocking with them both for a really long time now. And if you're a business owner that's cranking revenue for your business, but your personal credit's trashed, make sure to watch this video right here, because it's gonna teach you how to get up to $250,000 in business funding, even with bad credit. And if you felt that I brought you some value in this video, make sure that you don't forget and subscribe to increase your credit score.